Good morning. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I'm waiting for Beth. She's bathing, and I got a visitor. Come on in. Are you coming in? Are you coming in? Good morning. What are you doing? You know that this is you? Can you see yourself? Oh, that's one of the toys that Mrs. O sent, yes? Is it? Is that one of the toys? Ano ang pangalan mo? Ano ang pangalan mo? You're a wally. Why can't you tell me your name? Ano ang pangalan mo? Actually, I'm saying that reasonably well in Tagalog, which is, what is your name? But he's not telling me. Now, I'm the first to admit that on some of the names, I'm really not that good on them, and I don't have any frame of reference. Come on here. Here. Come on, talk here. What's your name? Ask him his name, honey.
Anong pangalan mo?
Bora.
Ha?
What?
Sumagot ka ng maigi.
Ito na yan.
Sabihin mo sa kanya, anong pangalan mo?
Batchoy.
Batchoy.
Batchoy. Why didn't you say so? Batchoy.
Yeah, I told him to get you for your breakfast.
I had my breakfast. No, I had my breakfast, honey.
Nice.
Thank you, I had my breakfast. Oh dear. The room service is all messed up here.
Yeah, because I'm busy with packing things and just there and just go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I thought she's nothing. We got him some corned beef.
Well, honey, I already ate. What about this boy, Batchoy?
Oh, Batchoy.
Batchoy,
Isa-isa na lang
you want
to.
some food? No food?
Isa na.
No, you use a spoon. Here. Use a spoon. Okay? Alright, here we go. Now we're going to use a spoon. Okay, here. Come on. Oh. Is it too hot?
Iparan mo.
Is it too hot, honey?
He says going to you blow so that it's gonna be not be hot.
Ah.
Help him to blow.
Okay, how's this? Open wide. It's good? Okay, feeding time. This is Batchoy, and Batchoy is which number?
Number 2.
Number 2. He is the middle child. I know how that feels, Batchoy. I was the middle child. Right? So I know how that feels. What did you do to your head? Here. What? Is that guy? Is that guy?
Nana is the one who cut his hair.
Well, I'm looking at his forehead. He's got a little mark on his... Nothing much, of course, but... he's got a little mark on his forehead. I'm just making conversation. Okay, are you going to Nanay now? What can I give him to take to Nanay? So he has an errand. You're going to take this on.
Ito nang nanay ka, nag-video siya. Doon ka na sa lola mo.
Okay. Bye, Batchoy.
Bye-bye.
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 Okay. I should tell you that we've got, let me see. We have quite a few children here right now, and we have three children that belong to Jessica, and we have our 2 that we normally had that you've been used to seeing, and that is Taliklik and Balulut. Well, with Balulut, it's an interesting story because Balulut suddenly arrived on the doorstep of Nanay and just moved in. there was a spare room there that used to be the room that Beth and I had, and he just moved his stuff in. Well, he didn't have much stuff then because of his situation. He was a poor kid, and he moved over. He had a very good reason for moving over. The food was better at Nanai's, so he moved in. Now that was, how long ago was that, Beth? She's gone. So my calendar, my time, my date, my source of information is gone. But anyway, he moved in and became the wolf because of his appetite, because I guess he had issues about eating and thought he was never going to eat again. So every meal was a voracious display of huge appetite. Well, once Jessica arrived with 3 children, 3 small children who would be a nuisance to such a big boy as the wolf, he simply moved back to his dad's place. Now all of this is very close together, okay? It's not like he's moving to another town or another country. He just moved about a quarter of a mile away to his dad's place. Now he had a bike, of course, that was gifted to him by Joshua, one of our subscribers, sorely missed, by the way. We don't hear from him much now. And let me see, he's taken his bike and his belongings, and he's moved out. Now, miraculously, in some indefinable way, intuitive or otherwise, he suddenly reappeared when Mrs. O's boxes appeared. So he came and was in the in that, sorry, I'm looking down for something here. He was in that video and got the gift that was, he must have known something was there, because Mrs. O had given him a special parcel that had his name on it. Now, as for Taliklik's home is just a few hundred yards, a little way down the hill, and she lives there in a tiny little house with her mom, Lena. And their house, I have shown it on other videos, but it looks to me to be about 10 by 12, 10 feet by 12 feet. Always immaculately neat and always tidy, and that's what they call home. It looks out on $1 million view, as most of the houses here do. $1 million view out onto rolling hills that go on forever. Now, we have had, just to bring you up to date on one of the things that has happened recently, and perhaps Beth will remind me. Beth, was it Steve? Beth?
Steve,
it was Steve,
yeah, Steve.
About the mattresses?
Yeah, she sent, I just read a message from him, and she's sending $100 for the paralyzed man's sons, which we pictured yesterday in our video, and he sent it right away.
So one of the things that let me explain something to you about how it's working with our channel is that we started off by doing some random gifts, some random acts of kindness, and people got caught up in that and said, well, we'd like you to take those little girls along and buy them dresses. And then somebody said, you know, maybe you could take them along to McDonald's, and then they started saying, I'm going to send this so that you can do something with the kids, and of course it's a great pleasure to take a load of kids on a trip, because they're extremely well behaved and just have a great time, and because of that we have a great time. So it's completely selfish. This is a confession. It's completely selfish. Actually, I would prefer it to be propped up in a corner and left in peace, but I end up being called in to drive everybody everywhere. So that's my job at the moment. I'm the driver. Okay, so people who came to our site, our channel, and subscribed got caught up in how little that they had to give in order to be able to change somebody's life. Now, Steve has now sent $100, which he wants us to buy a mattress for the, let me see, the son of the paralyzed man, who has gotten himself up and somehow has managed to build his own house. After we built the house of the paralyzed man and the house of the 3 little girls, the son of the paralyzed man must have said to himself, well, I can do that. And he made a pretty good job of putting the house together. He didn't have enough to do the kitchen, but we got help for him on that, and people came in and said, I want that kitchen done, and here's the money to do it, which we got the materials and gave him some money so that he could work, and now he has a kitchen. Tiny by your standards, okay, it's probably smaller than most of your smallest bathrooms, but they're very, very happy. Now, when we looked yesterday at the house itself, we looked at the interior, and we showed you the bedroom, and the bedroom is, by Western standards, it's just a bare room with a bamboo floor. The floor is made of bamboo strip, and that's what they sleep on. And all that they had was a rubber mat. And that rubber mat, they put, I'm guessing they put a sheet out on that, and that's what they sleep on at night. Well, Steve had long been talking to me about going to Mindawi Foam. And Mindawi Foam is the foaming manufacturers and distributors, or for, I think it's for the whole of the Philippines. It's a big company. And Steve had the idea that if we could get memory foam, have it cut, and we could give it out to people so they could get a good night rest. That was something that he wanted to do. You see how people find what it is that they want to do. Spoke yesterday to another expat who has moved into the area, and he's a technical man, a teacher, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to come in and show young Filipinos how they can make a living doing fine technical metal fabricating, design, and that's what he will do. Everybody chooses what they can to do it. Now, Mr. and Mrs. O got together and devoted a huge amount of time to buying stuff. Let me get rid of my sweat, which is incredible today. The sun is out, but the heat is relentless. So, very rare to see me sweat. Well, I never do anything, do I? I'm just sitting here being old. Well, anyway, everybody finds a way to do it. And this, I often get hauled over the coals, right, because we are high profile on everything that we do. In fact, somebody actually messaged Beth and said, do you have to do a video on everybody that visits? Now, at first, the way that I interpreted it was different to Beth, but in the final analysis, Beth said, well, maybe she wants to visit and doesn't want to have a video. Some people are private. So she wrote back and said, no, we don't. We respect the opinions or the views, feelings of whoever visits us and talks to us, and if they don't want to be on a video and put on YouTube, that's fine by us. You know, we go along with what everybody wants to do. So, back to the mattresses. Sounds like The Godfather, doesn't it? Remember, in The Godfather, they always used to say, we're going to the mattresses, because they were going to go into a siege thing. They were doing battle. Well, we're not doing battle. We're getting people a good night's rest now, courtesy of our friend Steve, who is now going to probably want to know that the the mattress gift that he has sent to the paralysed man's family was a success. And guess what? We'll show a video. Okay. Now, what was I about to say about the biblical reminder that people say? When you do a work of charity, you should do it quietly, without publicity, in fact, probably anonymously. And I agree. That's what I would prefer to do. But by making videos, we've done two things. We've set up a channel which we hope is entertaining and interesting, and we have brought some help to a lot of people that wouldn't have had any help. And how did we do that? Well, every time that we do something, by the help, by the empowerment of people who trust and give to us, we do that act of kindness on their behalf. We're not the heroes. And other people say, well, I could do something like that. What about the lady that wanted everybody, all of those kids, to go to McDonald's and on her birthday? We went to McDonald's on her birthday, and all the kids sang happy birthday. I thought that was wonderful. The last time that we took a load of kids to Alturas, to the store there, to buy pretty dresses, which they would probably never have been able to do because they chose them themselves, they sang a song for the subscriber that sent that cash. And even the people that were serving, the sales staff, thought that was very touching, because all of these little girls and little boys all singing their hearts out, and I thought that was wonderful. And that was one particular day when sometimes you get a reward that cannot be, the value of it to you emotionally, just it can't be measured. But while I was standing there with a camera and I'm filming everything that everybody does, a little girl came up to me, and she threw a hug around my legs. A little tiny girl. She threw a hug around my legs and then ran off. And wow, I thought that was just incredible. In the same way that when we went to Ubay, I mean, I'm sharing these, I mean, they may not mean anything to you, but they mean a great deal to me, because they're human experiences, and they're human experiences that are from a tiny kid. That tiny kid has an extreme case of reserve, because I'm a foreigner and as such a bit of an alien. And they're just little kids, and they're very, very shy, and they're living in these isolated communities, and they don't get to interact with a foreigner who, as I say, is quite an alien. So when a little girl who starts off very shy, like if you watch the videos on when we took the kids from Ubay, and we took them and gave them a treat, and we took them to eat at Chelan's, which is the restaurant on the river. There was one little girl that was too young to go, Lan Lan, and she had these big sorrowful eyes, and she just had a finger like this, and it was a real heartbreaker. Well, what we did was Beth made sure that we bought a pretty dress for her, and we put her in that dress when we got back to Ubay, and we took pictures with her and me, and then when we went to Ubay the last time, she came over and she sat next to me. And I took a picture of the both of us and put it on Facebook, and but the moment itself was extremely touching, because I know that she was painfully shy when I first met, of anybody, and for her to come over and to be able to find the courage to go and sit next to the foreigner. Who is this? Excuse me, who are you?
I'm Elizabeth Martin.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you. Thousands of them.
It's 10 o'clock now.
Is it really?
I need to go.
I've been told. She who must be obeyed. So, we're just sharing early morning. I'm waiting for Beth and everybody else time, and that's probably about it. We've had a little time to find our way through all of the things that Mr. and Mrs. O sent to us. You are overwhelmingly generous, as is everybody that sends us a box. Now, we have... Well, one of the things that I wanted to say, I know I always wander about and lose my way and forget what I was going to say. I know that. But one of the things I was going to say was that when you do things that are kind, for no reason, for no apparent reason, then other people think, well, why can't I do that? And they do it. And so, as a result of what we've done, because of you, and what you have given us in order to be able to do this, other people are now doing things for themselves. They're actually doing things that are kind for no return and for no judgment. This is very important. You can't be judging. So you can't judge whether the recipient of your kindness is worthy. That's not for you to judge. It's not for you to judge whether somebody is worthy of a kindness. Because what may be happening for that person in their life may be beyond your imagination. They may be having an incredibly hard time that is beyond your, as I say, beyond your imagination. And then you think about it. Just when they think that all hope is gone, like the lady, the mother of the 7 children in what we called the skeleton house. Well, we were empowered to be able to go by cladding and take it there and give them all of the materials plus some labour time to be able to clad their house. And she said tearfully to Beth, I had given up hope that we would ever be able to finish this house. I'd given up hope. You know what the heart-breaking, heart-wrenching thing that is to hear somebody say, I've given up hope? And then we turned along like the cavalry, like many people have done for us. I always use that when somebody comes in and helps you at the last minute, it's like the cavalry coming over the hill. Well, in this particular case, we got to be the cavalry, and we rolled up there with a truck full of materials and unloaded it all, and she was overwhelmed. And boy, that was a good feeling. So, go out there today. Your mission, it's not impossible, but your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go out and do a random act of kindness. Okay, if you're in bed and watching this on the television or the computer, it's okay. Wait till tomorrow morning, okay? This is a foreigner in the Philippines.
Please like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting our channel, and God bless.
And you didn't even see my lips move, did you?